My name is Michelle Morse-Wendt, and I am sitting in my favorite part of my classroom library and read aloud space. This is a library that I have spent hundreds of hours over my 15 years building to over 1,000 books, making sure that it's up to date, engaging, reflective of all of my students, and accessible to all of my students. Because ultimately, what makes a library more than just a collection of books is that it's reflective of our community. So in some cases, that's something as simple as just making sure that my students can see themselves on the covers of the books we read. And some books are chosen with specific students in mind. So for example, a couple of years ago, I was really looking into a book that would provide us a window into the world of someone with autism. So I read this book about an 11-year-old boy with autism, and it's told from his perspective. And not only did it give us that window into his world, it really allowed one of our own students with autism to open up about his experience, which really changed the whole culture in our classroom. Another book that provides windows and a bit of a mirror experience as well is the Witch Boy series. This is a series about a society where all of the girls grow up to be witches and all of the boys grow up to be shapeshifters, no exceptions. But this is about a witch boy. And while it's been loved by many students, it was especially devoured this year by a student of mine who is a boy with an identical twin, trans female sister in another class. And what I wouldn't have given for a book like Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World. This is a book about a girl with a crush on another girl. Because ultimately the decision about what we include in libraries is about values. It's about what we value as a society and who we value as a society. And as a young girl who grew up to be a woman married to another woman, I did not see myself reflected in books or media or even my everyday suburban life here in Shoreview. This led me to really question my worth for much of my life, and it led me to really question my value. So in addition to books providing us windows into other worlds, we know that they also provide us with mirrors to reflect who we are and who we can be. Because it's nearly impossible to be what you can't see. And when you cannot see yourself in the world around you, it makes you think that maybe you don't belong in the world around you. This is something that I never want any of my students to experience. So as painful as this debate is about whether I should exist, whether my students should exist in our curriculum and our libraries, I will never falter on my belief that everyone deserves to be included in their curriculum, their libraries, and their society. No exceptions.